Alright, I was not gonna film this because I really don't have the time to, because this is my daily and I've got to get to work. And this thing has kept me out of work for, about a month and a half. And as much as I wanted to film it, I really ain't got the time. But I'm gonna do it anyway. So, what we're doing here is I have swapped my transmission to, I pulled the old one out. It had every gear, all the 4 gears, it just didn't have reverse. And my flywheel went bad and it was causing problems, eating up starters and stuff. So I figured while I got it apart, since I got a drop transmission to do the flywheel, I would go ahead and put this transmission in, because I put this transmission in over a year ago, and I thought the transmission had went bad, because it ran fine for, did perfectly fine for about 5-6 hours. I drove it 5-6 hours constant after I got it in, and it shifted, reversed, did everything. It was absolutely magnificent, perfect. Well, it eventually, and I didn't know this till after I done bought another transmission and all that and pulled this one out, I started investigating, or looking at it, investigating, same ordeal. Well, when I dropped the pan, something was fishy. This truck holds, I can't quite remember, I think it's 12 quarts. I believe that's what it is. It's anywhere between 10 to 14 quarts. I can't quite remember at this particular moment. Anyway, when I dropped the pan to swap the transmission, put the new one in that I bought, something was fishy. When I dropped this pan right here, it was only like two maximum 3 quarts come out of it. It might not even been quite that much, but I had already bought another one, so I pulled it out, and I was like, I didn't know why only that much come out. I figured it was something inside here, because normally when you drop this, all your fluid comes out. Very little stays in the transmission, but you have a bunch up here in your torque converter. Here, I'll spin it around so you can see. There's your bell housing. Torque converter's in there. Your torque converter holds 2 to 3 quarts, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. You can ask anybody, and everybody more than likely give you a different answer. So, but when I got it apart, or when I got this out, very little fluid come out. I dropped it out, and I went ahead and threw my new one in. Alright, well, after I got all that done and whatnot, I started looking around at this transmission here. Well, come to find out, the front pump seal that goes around the torque converter, no matter here, instead of just explaining, I will show y'all. Oh, I will show y'all what I'm talking about. Alright. Here Here is the transmission that I bought to replace the one that's in it. Well, this one lost reverse. Still has all the forward gears. But what I mean by front pump seal is if you'll look right here, this seal, see that rubber piece around the shaft? This was leaking. And so after getting the new one in and all that, I got to looking at it, and you could see evidence from where the fluid was draining out of that seal and draining down and coming through here and out right here. Well, I saved that transmission just in case something happened to this one. This is the one that I had bought to replace the one that I thought was bad, but it just happened to be the seal. Alright, when I replaced the torque converter, or flywheel, let me show you the flywheel. This flywheel, when I put it in, or when I swapped out transmissions, this flywheel was technically brand new. Alright, I put this in because the flywheel that was in it when I got this truck, I thought was bad because the starter kept grinding when it tried to start, and that will wear them teeth out. Okay, well, and by the way, Jennifer, my love, thank you for the advice and starting to explain what's going on better so people have a better understanding of what's going on. I have a problem with that, so I'm trying to work on that. Thank you, my love, for the feedback and the constructive criticism. I love you for that. That's one reason why I love you so much. Anyway, I pulled the starter off, the flywheel off when I went to put this transmission that you're looking at in there, because I thought it was bad. Come to find out, it was the starter plus the bolt holes where the starter mounts into the block were cracked. So it was allowing the starter to kind of flex a little bit. Well, I still have the original flywheel that come out. It's sitting right there under that torque converter. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'll go closer. Here's my original flywheel. Okay. Now, y'all better see in the previous video before this, I didn't finish filming it, but y'all see in the previous video where I was pulling this transmission to put back in the one that actually was good, just come to find out was this seal. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. One possible reason that this lost reverse, because like I said, I still have all the forward gears. Alright, I have a pump already pulled that I'm gonna show an example of. This transmission right here is a parts one, as you can see from there. Valve body and all that's off, wiring harness is undone, and here is shift sensors, the valves, everything. The only thing I haven't taken out of this one yet that should still be good is this servo. Everything else in it's pretty much shot. And proof of that is right here. See all that metal? Something inside this transmission exploded. I personally think it was the drum, bell, whatever you want to call it, inside here. Because you have several drum, bell casings inside these. I'm not a transmission guy. I don't know how to build them. If I did, I promise you I wouldn't be going through all this dumb shit. I would just buy a kit, rebuild it, and be done with it. But anyway, that's why I had to do research on it. Anyway, that ain't going back in there. It don't matter. All right, now here, let me fix the camera. Adjust it. Come on, adjust some more. Come on, wait for daddy. Okay, obviously you're not gonna go no further. Okay, and we'll just tilt it this way. All right, like I said, I've done pulled basically this all apart, all the parts that I'm gonna keep except for the servo. All right, here's your front pump, and as you see, this one's got seal and all that too. All right, well, inside of these pumps, I'm going to bring it over here and set it down. Alright. Now, from the video that I watched, it was already taken apart that they had. So I'm not exactly sure which valve orifice it is. It's either this one or it's either this one. Anyway, one of these two works nothing, absolutely zero, but the reverse. And if this valve has anything in there, or the actual valve, it's here, I'll show you kind of what they look like. Kind of, sort of, what they look like on the inside of there. Like, here's your shift solenoid, A and B, shift sensors, same thing. They have these that go up in there. Okay, on that front pump has a piston valve like deal, similar, not identical, but similar to these, as you see. Alright, but back to the point. If one of them actual valve pistons is scarred up bad, or some trash in there causing it to stick, you won't have reverse. Alright, that transmission, shit, sorry, don't mind the mess. I've been at this for a little over a month now trying to get all this done. See, I got tons of shit. Anyway, if that valve is scarred or trash or whatever, it won't allow it to move. So that transmission, and anybody can look it up and see for themselves, because like I said, I'm not a transmission guy. I don't know how to build them. I can do rear ends, I can do motors, I just don't know how to build transmissions. At least these 4L60Es. I can a 350 turbo, 400, or a power glide. But these have so many orifices and so much electronics and all that. I want to learn, and I'm going to, but I just don't know right now. I'm an honest person. That's just who I am. Anyway, if those are bad, it'll lose reverse. Normally, it's not every single case, but normally, if it's something to do with clutches or band or or even in the valve body, normally, if you lose reverse, you will lose other gears. I know like a 350 turbo 350, turbo 400, stuff like that, if you lose reverse, you normally lose, if I'm not mistaken, it's first gear. It's been a while. I'll be honest with you. It's been a while. But I have every gear set for reverse. And from research that I've done, it even says if it 9 times out of 10, not every single case, but most instances, if you lose reverse and it has something to do inside there, you're going to lose other gears. Lots of cases, it'll be, like I said before, I don't know which one exactly, because the video I watched, they already had this pump taken apart, all that, and all these out. But one of these two works reverse and reverse only. If that goes, one of them go bad, you'll lose reverse but have every other gear. So if this one that I just put in, because I lost track, got off topic. The one that's in there now is the one that had the seal leaking. So I went on ahead, and since I knew it was good, just that seal leaking, I went on ahead and throwed it in so I could have reverse back on 99 Cadillac Escalade 4x4. This is the same with Tahoes, anything 4L60 from 97 to 2000 and technically actually even newer, 01, 02, 03, 04, all of that. Alright, because in 2000 was the last, this is considered the second generation 4L60. First generation 4L60 doesn't have the full round bell housing. It has like a turbo 350 400, the half moon. All of this is non-existent. This is the second gen. Third gen looks identical. Identical. Only difference is the bell housing itself, which is from, you can see right here where it bolts up, see the bolt holes. From here to here is 3/4 of an inch longer. So, and with that being 3/4 of an inch longer, your torque converter itself will be thicker because of the fact, if you was to try to use that one and the third gen, it will not set all the way back like it's supposed to. Because for one, on the new gen, these output shaft or input shaft is a little longer because of bell housing longer. So you have to have the thicker torque converter for it to slide all the way back and lock in like it's supposed to. But all 4L60s, and from my understanding, the 4L65, 70s, all of them basically look identical to this. Just, like I said, a little bit longer bell housing and thicker torque converter. They all have this exact setup. That right there is for your filter. It slides in there from the bottom of your transmission and your pan. Your pump sucks the fluid through that filter in this way and disperses it out around here and through there. as you can see, well, okay, I was wrong. First to admit it, there's no way for it to come between here and here. But it disperses through here. And hell, it might come through there. Like I said, I'm not a transmission guy, I don't build them. I know about how they work, I know how to replace them. Don't know how to build them. But anyway, the one that's in it lost, or this one lost reverse. I put this one back in that had the leak through the front pump seal. Remember, front pump seal, this. I put it back in. Alright, now, all of a sudden, we'll get under here and look. All of a sudden, I get it back in, everything, get all torque the flywheel, starter, get the block fixed, all that, the cracks. Well, now I have first, second, but when it goes to shift out of second to third, depending on the speed, RPM, it'll stay stuck in second, but you get up a little bit higher and it's like it goes to neutral. You can hit the gas and it'll rev up and then it'll catch again in second gear. Well, I know for a fact that this transmission worked great, all the gears, but it has been setting up for over a year. I have no shop. I don't have none of that to put it in, so I had it sitting outside, and I even had it covered up. But y'all know rain, y'all know water. They get in places that you really didn't think they could go. They can go in, it can go anywhere. Anyway, I done some research on it, and it even says that they can set up for years, and it's not going to cause them to go bad. It's not. But now, if you do get some moisture in it, or like this one right here, even though it's covered up, got water in it and a little bit of trash, even though it's covered up. Your shift sensors are literally basically right here down there at the bottom of the pan. If you got water and dirt in there, it can get in there to the valve body. Alright, and the research that I have done and everything that I've come up with states, sorry y'all, I'm trying to get a rag so I don't wipe my hands off, that it's possible that the sensors has got some trash in them. There's a possibility that it even says that the wiring harness that's in there could have got damaged somehow, and I'm gonna try do what they said to do, and I'm gonna video on how they said to check it, continuity and all that, and I'm gonna check the sensors. They show how to use a 9-volt battery and do that. But I'm going to drop this pan right now. As you see, I got it kind of draining. You just since it don't have a drain plug, you undo them, let it sort of tilt down at an angle, drain it out what you can, and then you go through, finish undoing them, and let it dangle more and more and more till you get all that you can out without dropping the whole pan out. Anyway, it says that piston, here I'll go show you so I can explain to you in full detail. Thank you, Jennifer. I love you. You're giving me insight on how I need to do this. Better explanation. Alright. Now, I'm sure you're probably wondering, See, I got them. Well, I just moved them, but I'm sure you're probably wondering why. See, I got them all together, A and B, or A and B, either one. Anyway, sure you're probably wondering why this one has a spring to it and that one don't. I couldn't tell you why, but that's how they are. Anyway, if there's trash in that valve body and it's not allowing this to spring, because see, if you look inside there, trash can get in there, and if fluid can't flow through that like it's supposed to, it will not activate. So, and if there's trash or anything binding these, they can't slide in that valve body. So therefore, if they don't slide, they don't activate your sensors. See, A and B, they look identical. You can put them in either side. This can go on one side, that can go on the other, vice versa. But it's possible, though, that the sensors right here, solenoids, whichever one you prefer to call them, these ain't the ones that's in, these are my spares. Those are spares. I'm going to check, make sure those are good. All you got to do is put a wire to each one of these prongs and touch them to a 9-volt battery. If you hear them click, then 9 times out of 10, that means they are good. So I'm going to do that with these before I try to sling them in. Now, this particular sensor here, if I see if I can get it to focus, might not, but if you'll look right here at the tip of my finger, that is a metal screen down in them grooves. If those are clogged or covered, fluid can't flow through there, and that's a no-no. Oh shit, that's a no-no. So I have this one. I'm gonna check this one too. I think you can do this one the exact same way you do those 9-volt battery. Click, 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 click. Not sure. I'm gonna double check on that. But it also said that if these are bad, because these go, this one goes in the top up here. Matter of fact, I'll get this pan off, I'll video me getting it down, I'll show you exactly where they go. Now your shift solenoids, A, B, whatever, go in here. See how this chamber is this long. This chamber goes all the way up to here. This one is the one that has the 2-piece valves that you saw without the spring. This one is the one with the 1-piece with the spring that you saw. Alright, but the actual sensor, or whatever you prefer to call it, it doesn't matter as long as you know what you're talking about, clips in here and can go in either one. Not this one, but the other two I'll show you. Goes in here. And you can swap this one out to this side. You just can't swap the valves. They only fit in its own particular place. Alright. So there's a possibility. See, this part right here faces the bottom of your pan, and if you're getting water and trash in through the dipstick tube, even though it's covered up, I had it covered up, still somehow got water and trash in it. But if you got water can mess up them solenoids or sensors, whatever you prefer to call it. Some call them sensors, most people call them solenoids. But if there's any of that dirt or trash that gets in there, it won't allow it to move. Plus, any trash, see, here's where your clips go that lock them in and hold them in there. Dirt and trash can get down in there or any of these little slots. So if it gets down in there, it could jam them pistons. Alright. Plus, it will allow it to get in there and get to your solenoid. The water itself, you would think, oh, well, you got fluid. They're used to getting wet. Yes, but there's a difference. Fluid doesn't rust and corrode and whatnot. Fluid lubricates. Water will rust. Okay, so the transmission that I put back in there, that was good when I took it out, just had a leak, does not have, it has first, second, and just almost goes to neutral. Basically it goes to neutral when it tries to shift to third gear. To be honest, I'm not sure exactly. It didn't tell me which one of these was the 2, 3, 3, 4, and which one was the 1, 2. None of that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull them both out, pistons and everything. Clean it. Test the solenoids and replace it. But if that doesn't fix it, which it should, because transmission was immaculate, just lost all the fluid, so it won't work right with no fluid. If those don't fix it, then somehow, some way, either trash got in other parts of the valve body between, let's see, we'll do this, between the valve body and that right there, because that bolt goes to that, and then your valve body sits on top of that. So that means that trash somehow got into other places, dirt, whatever. But also, on the bottom of this right here, I'm gonna lift it up and I'll show you. You see that right there? Sticking down, that little screen thing. Turn it around. There is another one. Good angle. See, in the back there, and then this one here. There's two of them. And if something gets in there and clogs them, it will cause, from my understanding and my research, that can cause it. But in order to fix those screens in the bottom of this gasket and plate, you have to pull a valve body. And then you have to replace this gasket you see right here that is stuck to the plate. And to be honest with y'all, I'm trying to do this on a budget because I have been out of work for month and a half, and I don't have the money. So, and like I said, and also this right here, let me show y'all this. If y'all was to ever try to do this, move that. Oh, don't do it, don't do it. I'm trying to do this carefully. Hold on. Oh, damn it. There it went. Anyway, you see these little, these are called check valve balls. They go in a certain place. You got multiple of them. Let me get this other one. I'll put it where it goes. Alright, goes like that. If y'all will notice, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My bad. 7. Y'all see, they only go in certain places. You would think that one goes there because of that hole, because it looks like that, but it don't. And I did not lose any of these check valves. There's the bottom of your valve body. Now, I'm going to flip this over. I want y'all to see this. Alright. Your check valves, see, you got certain places that they go. I'm not sure exactly which ones. But this faces this. So them check valves go in certain places, and it allows fluid to flow and do whatnot and so forth and so on. Now, where'd that come out of? I don't know. I'll find it. Anyway, I think it was this one right here. Yeah, because I was trying to get that one out the other day. Anyway, and if you don't know what you're doing, which, like I'll say again, I'm not a transmission guy. These things are things that I'm learning myself. Anyway, we can learn together. I mean, that's just all there is to it. You'll never know unless you just do it. But as you see, there's all kinds of orifices in here for trash to get into, this, that, and other. So, take it from me, if you got one, if you go through this same crap where you pull a transmission because it's working fine, you pull it and then you find out that you just have a seal leaking, but you've already spent the money on another one, and you go ahead and swap it out, place it somewhere, the one that just needs the seal that you're going to use for a backup in case something ever happens. Place it somewhere where the weather can't get to it. I learned the hard way. But now, back to let's get under here and finish getting this pan off. Let me get y'all set up so y'all can watch the whole thing. Watch me pull it. So y'all work with me just a minute. Let me get y'all set up. I'm broke. I'm poor. I don't have a shop. I don't have none of that. I'm poor. I'm working on it. But y'all's help is much appreciated. The more videos I put out, the more you like, the more I can do. It's very, very, very much appreciated. Let me see if I can get y'all set up. likes, views, and comments is much appreciated. I'm a grown man. I can deal with constructive criticism. Anything that y'all think I could do better, don't be afraid to tell me. I'm not going to be upset. I'm going to thank you for it, because I really want to make it educational for y'all. And I want to do the best that I can to make it where y'all can understand it better. But, now, alright, I've got all that's going to drain out now. Let me watch as I do this. I'm going to undo some more bolts and let it drop down a little further. It'll drain some more and more and more. And then y'all will see what it looks like in there without the full transmission taken apart. Y'all still see the filter and the valve body. Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get y'all where y'all can actually see well. Work with me. I'm sorry. I'm not good at this. Usually I'm just I just jump under here and I do it and I get it done. I'm not used to filming and explaining on how to do it, because like I said, I am not good at explaining shit. So y'all work with me and I will do my very best. Alright? I'm sorry. Like I said, you watch this video, leave comments, ask questions, or leave feedback. Tell me what I could do better, how I could help, explain or whatever problems that y'all see. Tell me so I can do this better. Anyway, now let's get my ranch dressing here. Pull that out. These back ones, until you get this drained, like all that literally is going to drain without it falling. You can actually loosen all these up. The more you loosen them, the more that pan will drop down. So these back ones, you want it to kind of tilt and drain out. So you pull all your front ones out, loosen these up. I don't know if y'all could see that, but the pan sort of dropped a little bit. Now, let me go to the other side and do the same over there. But as you see, I'm working on a budget here. I don't have the greatest tools. I don't have all that. This is actually a electric ratchet that I bought off of Temu. I mean, it does the job and it's great. It does a great job. But some people, why I don't know, but a lot of people will be like, I want the good expensive one, Milwaukee or this or that. I don't know why y'all want to go spend all that damn money, because works just as good. Literally just as good, and costs less. So anyway, now back to this over here. Watch, y'all may be able to see it, y'all may not, I don't know, but I can, but watch. See that pan moving? See it drop down some? Now, slide that there. Undo this some more. Oh yes, yeah baby. See that? See that pan just going for a ride, tilting. Alright. Now, see, it's not actually draining no more. What you can do though is lift it up and drop it. Lift, drop, lift, drop, and it'll rock it. See that? Or if you wanted to, they have a, I have one, I don't know where the hoses is, but I got nieces and nephews that like to mess with stuff, but they make a pump. It's got 2 outlets. Matter of fact, right back, I'll go get it shortly. Alright, folks, I'm back. Now, I don't know if y'all can see this, but here's your pump. Put a hose in one, a hose in the other, and as you pump it, pull, come on now, work. As you pump it, it sucks through one. You slide one up in there, the other one out, and as you pump, it sucks from there through this out that. Now, 1 second, let me go. I don't know where the actual hoses are for this. They were red, but I have some transmission hose and some other stuff over there. Let me get that. I'll be right back, and I'm going to use that to run one hose in here and the other out right here to pump all I can out of it. 1 second, right back. Now, all right. You don't really need this long of hose, but this crap's expensive, so I don't want to really cut it up. Now, I have to remember which one it is that it sucks from. Let me see. Okay, so it pushes out the bottom. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll set the bottom hose in here. Like I said, you don't need this long damn hose. But again, this shit's expensive. And I don't want to cut it up. So slide that in. Oh, it didn't go in. Hold on, let me try my other hand. There. Don't mess with that gasket. Alright, slide that in. Now, make sure you're good. Now, take and just see, it's not really supposed to be this damn hard. but it could have something to do with the type of hose I'm using, because this ain't the right hose. Hear it? Y'all should be able to hear it. But that means it's, watch this. I think I got it right. Anyway, let's make sure. Yeah. That it's sucking out the bottom of the pan here through this and out that. So, oh, it did the splashy splash. This pump's about had it. See, I broke my damn handle on it. That's alright. I'll get another one. This one was actually cheap. This is a El Cheapo. Is it, what's wrong? Why is it not? Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'll just do it the messy way, y'all. Since my damn pump don't want to work right. So, I'll just pull her out. Let's slide her down out of the way somewhere. Alright, now if you can get some help, that's I recommend that. But once you get out all that you can get out, and that shit's still heavy. This shit still got a lot in it. See if I can get it to drop a little more. We'll go ahead and just pull this corner one out. Did I get that one all the way out? I don't remember. No, I didn't get that one all the way out. In all reality, I'm just trying to be careful. Because I don't want to be laying in this shit if this don't fix it. Because then I'm going to have to swap transmission back out. If these sensors or solenoids does not fix this, I'm going to have to get under here and replace or pull this transmission back out. And then I'm just going to have to eat it and have it rebuilt. But I really don't want to lay in transmission fluid though. So always remember that. As you see, as I'm doing this, it keeps moving and dropping. Look at that. Look at there. Look at there. That's why if you don't have a like transmission jack, or which I don't have, I have a regular floor jack. That's what I have to do this with. So my floor jack is my transmission jack. So, but if you have a transmission jack and a lift, you could do this right here to start with, get some of the fluid out, because your fluid's going to go up past the top of this pan, especially if it's full. So you do, anyway, with a jack, regardless, you do want to drain some of this fluid out. But once you get it so far, if you got a jack, transmission jack, your best bet would be to, and a lift, put your transmission jack under this and help hold it up. And then you can pull all the bolts, and then you can ease the jack down and take it down without trying to empty everything out of this pan. But if you're like me, you're poor, you don't have lift or jack or any of that good mumbo jumbo crap, you can, if you got some help, you can have somebody help you hold this up like so, and then you can get all the bolts out. And I'm probably fixing to wear some transmission fluid just to let y'all know. But now your whole pan will come down. But I could go ahead and pull it, but I'm still trying to get all the fluid that I can out of it. Like I said before, if this solenoid does not fix it, I'm gonna have to pull this transmission out. And if I do, I have that pump that y'all just saw that I was using for an example that should, well, that transmission was working and pulling, shifting everything, all the gears like it's supposed to. But the reason it got pulled and swapped, the one that's over there taken apart and the pump out of, the reason why that one, if you'll remember, you can go look back in this video and see, you'll see me talking about the sun bell or drum, whatever. That's what looks like exploded. I haven't finished pulling it completely apart, like all the clutches, everything out of it, to 100% test that, but at the top of the very top of the transmission casing, whatever it was that come apart, exploded, it cracked the casing. So the actual casing is no good no more. Only thing good off of that transmission casing or whatnot would be the bell housing and this piece where your tail shaft is. On a four-wheel drive, you have a round piece. Instead of going to a nose, it's round for your transfer case to bolt to. But that piece and the bell housing, this part right up here, is technically the only thing good, still good, on that casing. Other than that, it's trash. But now, anyway, back to this. Now, here is one fully together, as you see, fully together, minus the pan. Here's your filter, and if y'all can see how it's got these little feet, tits, whatever you want to call them. Those literally touch the bottom of the pan. So your fluid gets sucked up through this before it gets dispersed through your whole transmission. Alright. The gap between bottom of these nipples, tits, feet, whichever one you want to call them, and the bottom of this actual filter itself, that's all the clearance that you have for fluid to pull through. Now, if you have a bunch of clutch material or trash anything in the bottom of your pan, if it goes up past these feet and actually touch the bottom of this filter housing, casing, body, you have no room for fluid to flow. So you drop the pan, drain it as you just saw me do. You can take, you're going to have to change the filter, because that means that filter has done sucked up an ass ton of trash, clutch material, whatever the case may be. If you've had a car that's been sitting for a long time, hood up, it could be in a garage, but like if you're using that garage for storage and it's been sitting in there 20-30 years, so 50 to 75% of the time, if you drop this pan, somehow, some way, there's going to be trash in the bottom of it. Or it could just be sitting so long that it's just like gelled up. Anyway, if that's the case, you're going to have to change this. No ifs, ands, or buts. Because the first time you fire it up, it's instantly going to suck that shit right through that filter and it's going to clog it. So, pull the pan, drain it, pull this filter, clean the bottom of your pan out. Like literally brand new, clean every bit of it out. No dirt, no nothing in the bottom of it. Put your filter back in, and then pan, fill it back up, and then it will be able to suck and flow fluid. But now, if y'all can, here, let me kind of twist y'all a little bit. Make sure that y'all, hey, don't get on me. See, I told you I was supposed to be wearing transmission fluid. Twist y'all around a little, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Hopefully y'all can see this. Alright. Now, solenoid A and B is right here. Literally, damn near basically bottom of your pan. Now, with this particular transmission, if you look at that pan, see how it's got that dip. Alright. Your filter sits at the bottom of the deep part here. Here. Alright. Your solenoids are right here at the high part. Now, if you do like I did and you get water and dirt and stuff in here, because I didn't have a dipstick in here, I just had it laying there. I had it covered, but I didn't have a dipstick in it to help keep stuff out. That's my stupidity. That's my bad. Learn from me. Don't do that. Alright. That's if you have to store it, period. In a building. Like you got a building out there at your house, whatnot. A garage. Anywhere. Even if you got a place stored inside. Still. If you don't have a dipstick to put in there, shove something in there. Toilet paper, napkin, something to help keep it out. Anyway, but now, what I was saying is these are solenoids A and B. Which one is technically A? Which one is B? I don't know. If one of y'all know, comment. Let me know. Because I would love to know. So, but what you do is if you want to check continuity and make sure that your wiring harness is not messed up, no break or none of that in it, what you do is you leave your plug to your transmission plugged in up here. Battery in, all that, so it's got power to it. And I had a continuity tester, but I think my brother borrowed it. I don't know. But, I mean, if anything, these harnesses are not hard to come off. I mean, they hook into all this, but where your actual plug plugs into the transmission, that's where it all runs to. So you can undo that, and it's got little clips. Pop them in, and it comes through the bottom here. It don't go through the top. You can undo that, pull that, and change it out. You don't have to pull a transmission for that. You only have to pull the valve body for that. All you have to do is drop the pan, like you see here. Now, what we're going to do is, now we're going to gently wiggle and pull down on this filter, because you don't want to break the head of it off. Ooh. And then you want to drain it, because you don't want it pouring out all over your station that you're laying on. But the reason why I say gently wiggle and pull, don't break it off in there, because this is plastic. See that? That's what I was telling you about on that pump over there. This part goes through there and into the pump. Remember that. Now, we'll set that in that pan. That pan I will take it out, and I will, even though I just did all this, cleaned it, just put this transmission in and everything, I'm still, because I took it for a test drive, just to make sure that there's nothing in the bottom of it, that it didn't start messing with them clutches and get clutch material in the bottom. I'm still going to check it. It's always best to. But now, see that one solenoid that I told you about that I was using to shove in here, for example. So you got one right here and one right there. They look identical. Now, research says that those have something to do, I think it's the downshift. But if you can't, it's downshifting from second to first, not a problem. We're trying to get second to third, third to fourth. And that would be these two little boogers back here. Now, this seal, see how that's wobbling real bad? That could be your problem. It's not sealing right like it's supposed to. They have a rubber O-ring. See how wobbly that is? That one, very little. That right there, according to a transmission specialist that I talked to and all that I have looked up, could have an effect on it. It's not sealing it off right. It's allowing it to escape around that O-ring. But anyway, back to the testing everything. You leave your wiring harness plugged into your transmission. You unhook this, pull it back. You take your continuity tester and you probe each one. And with it off, you should have ground. I know it sounds weird, but this is from a transmission specialist. it should be ground on both of those wires. Which, I mean, I have a tester, but I don't know if it will test continuity. I have to check that. I have to see. But this one over here, exact same. You unplug it and you probe inside, check continuity. Because you can, it's possible, according to them, that there's a possibility that these wires can get crimped or broke, or see how that's all curly cued. I mean, there is a possibility that one of them wires could get kinked or whatnot and go bad. So, if you have a continuity tester, you can test it that way. But these, now, damn, I'm trying not to get this all over me, but best way to do it is to drop it like this and let it sit for an hour or so. Let it drip everything out that it's going to do. I don't have time for that. I got to get this done so I can get back to work. So, there's two, or well, one on each one, but two clips. One clip that holds this one in, one clip that holds this one in. Let me go grab them others. 2 seconds, I'll be right back. Well, I tell y'all what, I'm gonna take y'all with me. Okay. So, because there's more light out here than there is under there. I have lights, I just trying to get this done before dark and not have to set them up. Alright. Now, see that rubber O-ring? That's what I was talking about. See that clip? That clip is what goes in there and holds it in. Alright. Let me get my hands. This one, see? Rubber O-ring. Oh, rubber O-ring and a clip. See? That's what holds them in. Now, it says to use a 9-volt battery. I don't know if I got a 9-volt battery. But, I mean, if I really, really wanted to, because see, I don't have the money to buy new solenoids. I don't. Like, that's what I was telling y'all a minute ago. I don't have the money, I'm trying to do this. But, if I really, really, really wanted to, I know this is the one that just come out. And I know the shift solenoids are good. Because it had all the gears. If I really, really wanted to, but I don't want to take nothing out of this, just in case I have to swap it out. I don't want to have to tear into it, swap shit and whatnot and so forth so on. But if I really wanted to, I could flip this over, drop that pan, and pull them solenoids out. But I don't want to do that. But what you do to get these out is you take a little screwdriver. Well, y'all can see it now. A little screwdriver. And you go up in there. Well, I'm going to go under there and show you. You can use this one or you can use a longer one. Whichever one you feel more comfortable using. I'm going to take these with me. But I might be back to get these piston, valve, whatever. I think they call them valves. But they kind of look like little pistons, valves, whatever. Anyway, I'm going to go, let's go get these out. And if I'm not mistaken, I think these actually have a, here, let me see if I can get it to zoom in. And, hold on, let me get y'all where, It's hard to do this stuff one-handed. Let me see if I can get y'all set up. Hold it. And see if I can get it. Okay. If I'm not mistaken, if you look, see if I can get it to that little hole right there. If I'm not mistaken, there's a little metal screen. It could be right in there. Either way, I think there's a screen in there it flows through. It might not be. I don't know. But I know that if there's trash in these, it will not work right, according to all the research I've done. So I'm going to look at these, see that coil on it, double check, make sure it don't look anything suspicious, like burnt or anything like that, and it don't. So we're going to take these and we're going to go back over here. I am going to pull them valves out. These valves out of that transmission that's in there and inspect them. And if I see any nicks or anything like that that could cause it to not allow it to slide, then I'll probably swap these out. I mean, in all honesty, again, I don't know how, I'm going to stress this to y'all. I'm not a transmission guy. It might be beneficial to swap them, but it might not. It all really depends on how these valves look when I pull them out. But now let's get some light under there so y'all can see, because I can see better than y'all can. So I can see better than y'all can, but I'm gonna make sure that y'all can, because what good is a video showing y'all how to do it if I can see and y'all can't? So we'll get a light set up, because like I said, it don't do no good if I can see and y'all can't, and me trying to show y'all and explain to y'all. That just don't make sense. It's like wiping your butt before you poop. Don't make no sense. Alright. Now, we'll grab these. Go around the other side. Now, I'm sure y'all can see some now. Let me see if I can fix this where y'all can see it just a teeny bit better. Come on, let's see. Ow, long ass hair, lay on it every time. Alright, now, what you'll do is, remember, from what I just showed y'all, one of these valves, piston valves in here, which is going to be this one closest to y'all on the right, has a spring in there. So when you go to pull it, you have to be careful or everything's going to shoot out and you can lose stuff. So what you do is slide up in here. Let's see if I can move this to get y'all situated a little better to see. I want to get this stop dripping, because I don't want to get this stuff all over the camera and all that and whatnot, and I don't want to be laying in it again. That's not, no. And I don't know if any of y'all have ever had to do it. I don't know if y'all ever work on cars, or if y'all just like watching this stuff. You know, either or. If you get transmission fluid all in your hair and everything, I promise you, it is not easy to get out. And then you have transmission fluid all in the bottom of your tub, shower, whichever one you have, walk-in shower, if you have a tub with a shower head, whatever. It's, if you do this for a living, you know, or if you work on cars, period, you know, grease and all that stuff in bottom of your tub, shower, whatever. That's, yeah, I mean, it's hard to get out. You have to use cleaners, all that and whatnot, and if you have a walk-in shower with a tile floor, it stains the daggum grout, all that, and yeah, I don't like it. But let me see if y'all can see that. I may have to tilt it better. Let me go on the other side and look through the camera and say, hey, little birdie, and see what y'all see. Make sure I get y'all set right. 1 second. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't know how to edit. So these videos, until I learn how to edit, is gonna be like you see now. Y'all gonna, I'm going through the entire process, cause I don't know how to edit. I'm sorry. Once I learn, y'all won't have to stand here and watch all this. But if y'all prefer me doing it this way and not cutting clips out, just telling y'all what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it, whatnot, and then edit it and come back to having it out, whatnot. If y'all would rather see how the whole process is done like I'm doing now, tell me. I want what y'all, whatever y'all want, whatever y'all think is easier and better for y'all. Like I said, I don't edit, don't know how. And me personally, I watch a lot of YouTube and stuff, and they'll say, well, okay, we're gonna do this, yada yada yada, and say be back, whatnot, and then it'll clip come back and they've got the part out, this, that, and other, but it doesn't show how they got it out, because some things are, it's easy to say, okay, I'm gonna take this out, but some things is difficult and people don't know how to do it, so you have to, you know what I'm saying, then whoever's watching the video didn't see you take it out, how you took it out, whatnot, this, that, and other, and they don't know how to do it. So I would rather do it this way. That way y'all see everything, how it comes apart, not just, like I said, I'm going to take this apart, yada yada, and then then y'all can fully see how it comes apart, how you put it back in, the 100% full process. That's how I would rather watch the videos. I don't know about y'all. Leave a comment and let me know. But some might say this is boring. But some people might say it's very, very helpful. Y'all just let me know. I can take constructive criticism. So, I was told on my other videos that I don't really explain stuff too well. I don't even talk much. I just do it and go with it. And so, if I'm doing too much explanation or whatnot, tell me. If you don't need to know how to pull these out, you know how, tell me. Because, like I said, some people might not know. Some of y'all might. I don't know. So, yeah. Y'all work with me. Let me know. Tell me what y'all think and what not. So forth, so on. Alright, now, I'm going to go back over to the other side. From what I can see through this camera, y'all should be able to see, let's see. Yeah, y'all should be able to see the sensors. Y'all should be able to, if I have to, I'll zoom in some. Oh, damn it. I'll zoom in some. Maybe that's better. Yeah, so there's your clip. If you'll look, see, prong. Clip here, prong. Alright. Sensor. Wobbly as shit. Kinda stiff. I mean, very seldom could be my problem right there. I don't know, guys. Ladies and gentlemen. Fellas and fellettes. We're fishing to find out. Now, let me go to that side so I can get to them. Because, here, I'll go ahead and pull this. Unclip this and try to move it out of the way so y'all can see better. Hopefully, y'all can see that clip. No, because I can barely see my finger in there. Alright, yeah. Hopefully y'all can see that little clip right there. Notch right there at the sensor, or solenoid. Right here, same thing. That notch right at the solenoid, a clip. Now, alright, let me go around. Now, I'm filming this on my phone, and ow, my hair, damn it. The mechanism that I'm using is a little small, tiny tripod like deal with a microphone on top of it. Kind of like, I guess, what you'd use for like little podcast things or whatever. You know, it's little bitty thing. So, I will be upgrading as soon as possible, but I don't have nobody to help me film, none of that. So, I got this, and as small as it is, it's perfect to be under this car and be able to film it. Now, that right there don't look like it's broke, so alright, because there's a little wire that goes from here to here all the way across that. I mean, but it don't say nothing about that possibly causing my shift problem. So anyway, climb in here like this and be easy now, because you can drop this clip. I mean, I got another one on these sensors, but still I would rather not lose any, if at all possible. So now you take, once you get that done, once you get that clip out, just kind of wiggle and pull. Oh. See, fluid automatically started pouring out of it. Now, since I'm not sure that I have a 9-volt battery, or where my continuity tester is, because I had a 3-pack of testers and everything. It tested continuity, all of that, and in all honesty, I think I let my brother use them, because he works at a place where they it's called Central Camper. I think it was Central Camper something over in Inslee, because I live here in Alabama, Birmingham area, Pleasant Grove, whatever. But he works in Inslee, and they build trailers, all of that, whatnot, and wire up lights and all that good crap. So, you know, he needed it one day for work, so if I remember correctly, I let him use it, and I just ain't got it back. But what we're going to do, since I don't have that, and all the research that I've done says that, I mean, they say that water can affect these, and me having it put where I had it, it had the water in it, whatnot, but also here, I don't know if y'all can see that, here, there, here, let me get a screwdriver. Here is a crevice, here's a crevice, here's a crevice, here, there's 4 each side. And from the looks of it, fluid, yeah, I can blow through that. So apparently fluid comes through those. Yeah. Now, we're going to, just for giggles and shits, I'm going to take the one I just pulled out, wipe it off. I'm going to try to blow through it. That one blew easy. That's the one that I'm putting in. That one I blew through, and it blew through easy. Let's just for shits and giggles and see if this one does. I mean, kinda. But that don't really mean nothing. That just means that it's not clogged up. That doesn't mean that it's not bad, period. But, oh yeah, that's right. I was going to pull these pistons out and check them. Valves, whatever. Now, zippy tie. I can use this right here. This is fine. Don't have to be a new one. It don't have to be a new one, but the video that I watched on the easiest way to get these out showed, that one's a little dirty, So we're not going to use that one. We're going to use a cleaner one. It ain't got to be brand new as long as it still works. He well, first he kind of worked it outwards a little bit. He took a little screwdriver and kind of did this with it, and then once he got it to a certain point, he took this, shoved it in there because it's flexible and whatnot, and pushed it out. That's what he used. So we're going to try this. But for some reason, I can't get it to... That might be my problem right there. It might, because I can't get it to move, and it's supposed to kind of move kind of freely. I can't get it to move. So, oh, well, wait a minute, there it went. It moves some. Yeah, it's moving. I was able to just shove it back in, so apparently it moves some. So we'll take... this might take a minute. Yeah, see, it's not really wanting... I mean, it moves some, but it's not really wanting to move out like it's supposed to. And these are, as far as I know, not magnetized. If they were, he would have used a magnet to do it. I would assume. I mean, I would if they were... If it was a transmission specialist that builds them and whatnot, and he did it this way, then I'm going to do it the way he did it. Yeah, see, now I can't get it to go no further. So, obviously, that could be my problem. Yeah, I can't get it to move. And I did this same thing right here that I'm doing with this to that transmission that I got apart over there, and I didn't have this much trouble getting that piston out. Literally nowhere near this much trouble. So I'm starting to wonder, yeah, this is my damn problem right here, and it not... Starting to wonder if this is my problem and not the sensor, let's see. Or solenoid, whatever. I don't know if my phone's over there vibrating, because it's on silent, so it could be vibrating and y'all hearing the vibration. I don't know. If it is, I apologize. But I'm not getting no play with this. I'm not I'm not getting nothing out of it. So I'm starting to think, fellas and fellettes, that that's very well could be my problem. Because when I watched him do it, he didn't have a problem getting it out of one. He already had the transmission out of the truck, though. It was one that he had bought or something. See, it's not, it's barely even moving, and it's not going no further. I can't get it to move no further. So, I mean, he did say if it's got some fluid in there, it can kind of cause a suction, but that transmission I got laying over there, I took apart, had fluid in it, and a little suction, and I didn't have near this problem getting it out. So, yeah, I could be wrong. It might not be that, but according to everything that I read, if it's something's wrong with them pistons, they won't allow it to move, whatnot, and obviously I can't get these to, I can get it to move just maybe a 16th ish. I can't get it to go no further. So I mean, oh shit, right in the eyeball. I'm starting to think that it's not a sensor problem. Starting to think that it's a valve problem. Because like I was saying at the very beginning of this video, it says, I mean, because it could be trash in there causing that, like in between all them little notches that you seen, ring notch, whatever you're going to call them. I mean, that could, and it says in that video that I watched that if there's trash in there, it'll cause that. It won't let it slide and do whatnot like it's supposed to. So, but I don't think these are magnetized. But hey, I got a magnet. Yeah, see, it's not magnetized. Oh shit, right now. It's not. If it's a metal, it's not. It's like aluminum or something like that. It's not magnet. You can't use a magnet on it. And I mean, this is exactly to the T how the hell that dude did it. That transmission specialist did it on the video I watched. Exactly to the T. Because I said, I'm going to do it the way he did it. And I mean, that's the best way to do it, is the way you see a true specialist do it. Because if they're a specialist, they know what they're doing. So, therefore, you know, you can't argue with that. They're the damn specialist. So, and I am not getting any. It'll go just that one little bit, and it's not going no further. So I would have to say that that is my problem there.